is the last day at my job, company I've been for the past 3 years. And while this day will be full of laughs, I'm sure it's gonna be, the last time I enter the office, the last time I will use my space keyboard, the last time I will go to company lunch, the last time I will close the door and say goodbye to the whole company. I don't want to get too sentimental, and I would like to take this opportunity about something I've been dealing with in the past weeks, and that is about handover and being replaceable in your company. I think that we as software developers tend to think that the code should be the only thing that should leave there as our legacy. And while there is certainly true to some extent, there are more things, and I think more things are about how other people are able to pick up where we left. And that doesn't necessarily mean new people when they join. It can mean the old same colleagues when you leave. Of course, when you work somewhere for 3 years, you accumulate a huge amount of knowledge, and you understand certain systems, you understand processes. You might have knowledge about some subsystems you wrote that nobody else know about. And I understand that it can be very tempting, and I think I did in the past, to be proud that you are the only person there, that you are the only one who understands that. You feel needed, and that's a nice feeling at the beginning, I guess. I think that after some time I realized that that's actually not great. I think that being indispensable, replaceable, is actually a good thing. My good friend Vojta once told me that if you want to move on and be better at your job, and especially be more valuable to your company, the only way how to move forward is to help other people be better, multiply them. And I really like that. At the beginning I thought he means mostly your current co-workers, and maybe your people in the company, but maybe it also means new people when you are not there. Maybe it means when someone joins in a month, in 3 months, and they will read through the code I wrote, they should be able to pick up, they should be able to understand it, they should be able to contribute and add more code to that. And that's a skill. And I also think it's a mental change to make sure you do this, you work in this way, and you want to make yourself replaceable. I keep using the word, and it sounds kind of weird because when you say replaceable, people can mistakenly think that at any point people can remove you and replace you. But I think it's more about you moving forward. And imagine that wouldn't be the case, and I wouldn't have done this, and I think I have. I would have had some knowledge, I would have written code nobody else understands. Then me leaving the company would be a disaster, and the company would do many things to keep me there, even if I maybe didn't want to. I want to say that there was nothing to hand over, and there's probably something being lost with me leaving the company. And I think that's natural, but it shouldn't be anything substantial. I spent few past days writing some documentation, and especially on the projects which are in the middle of making. I wanted to capture our ideas and our future plans so anybody can know what we've done. But it doesn't mean that's needed necessarily. I think that people, if they would understand the current state, would be easy to pick up that and find their own future plans, maybe do the same mistakes and learn it, but in the end they would be able to do it kind of easily. The question is, how do you make sure you write code such as you are replaceable? And I think that the general idea is the same as writing clean code, a good code, and especially cooperating with other people, other programmers in your company. I cannot stress enough how important it is to do pair programming, to do code reviews, and to write some explanatory comments when there's something surprising. And that's actually something I kind of realized in the past weeks when I was writing the code and I knew I would be leaving, I think I wrote more comments than before. I stumbled on some line, I wrote and I said, will people really understand what this means? And there was always this thought that if they don't understand something, they can go to Git blame and see I wrote that and they can reach me and maybe I would remember. First thing, that's probably false. I'm not sure I would remember. And the second thing is, I might not be there. So in the past few weeks, I wrote more comments. I commented more lines than probably before. By percentage at least. And this is something I would like to keep on. Something I took from this and I will keep it as a lesson. So the Starbucks you see behind me is very special for me because I had this habit of going there almost every day for coffee, and there were really nice people there. I also went there with my colleagues and we chatted. We talked about work stuff and a nice environment. I really enjoyed that. We called it off-site meetings or engineering sync meetings. It was one of the best times I've had. Unfortunately, when I went to go there for the very last time, they are closed today early. So I guess I will have to go there maybe summertime. It's a little bit sad, I guess. So this is it. I left the office. I gave the computer to the IT. I'm not sure there's anything I forgot to do. I will probably discover it later. I also hope I handed over everything I knew. And I think that we will see that in several weeks or maybe even months if there's something I should have handed over. I don't know how it works when people reach out to you after some time. I would like to be available, but sure. I think that people get excited about the new stuff and forget about the code they wrote before. This is probably the last part of our video as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you experienced it with me. Thank you for that. If you have any comments about what I just told you, just write it below. Like it if you find this interesting, and see you at the next video. Bye.